This question says, I am 13 years old, and I was wondering what your hope for the future generation is, and what can young kids do to make an impact? Love, Ellis.
Love that. Well, thanks for either being here or for watching at home, Ellis. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're thinking about this. And one of the things that I think is important to do is when we are thinking about, how can I make a difference in the world? We think about the whole world.
Right.
When in reality, we should be asking ourselves, how can I make a difference in my home? How can I make a difference in my workplace, my school classroom? How can I make a difference in my club or my house of worship or this town that I live in? Whenever the problem of how can I make a difference in the world gets too big, your community can actually just be right-sized, right? You can right-size your own community. How can I make a difference in this club that I belong to? And I can promise you that making a difference in the lives of even one person is enough. Because if it's worth doing for everybody, it's worth doing for one person, right? If it's worth, it's worth solving childhood poverty systemically. It's worth addressing the needs of a single child, right? If it's worth making sure teachers have what they need in their classrooms around the country, it's worth helping one teacher, right? And so when we think about these problems in too large of a scope in comparison to the scope of our lives, that's what gets overwhelming. I can't fix everything that's wrong with education in America. You know what? But I can help my child's one teacher. And that one teacher is going to impact, throughout the course of their career, hundreds or thousands of people who then go on to impact thousands more people. So, Ellis, when you're thinking about how can I make a difference in the world, I would just ask yourself, what size of a community can I impact right now? And that might be your actual classroom, or it might be your home. And then ask yourself, what good can I do in this one place? How can I leave my interaction with this person? How can I make their life just a little bit warmer at the end of our interaction? You don't have to solve all of their problems. They can just feel, it's like that saying, how I'm gonna bungle it, but the saying is something along the lines of, let no man leave your presence worse for the wear. How can I make sure that when somebody leaves my presence, they feel like, oh, that's a great kid. It's a great person. And if that is your goal, you will make an enormous difference in the world. If that's your goal, if that's each one of our goals, all of us doing something small means a lot more than 5 of us trying to fix everything, right? 5 people can be discredited. 5 people can, have some kind of scandal happen. 5 people can die unexpectedly. But all of us doing something small matters a lot more. And I think the other thing that you have to remember, Ellis, is that there is not going to be a person who rides in on a white horse and unfurls the scroll that says, the plan, at the top, and then wants you to follow them because they have the plan. If you do encounter that person, by the way, that person is always a dictator.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Always a dictator. A person with the plan is a dictator. I think we're waiting, so many of us are waiting for somebody to come fix it, somebody to come save us. When in reality, we are the plan.
Yeah.
We're the plan. And the sooner that all of us can get on board with this idea that, like, actually we're the plan, that is weird, that we're the plan. How am I the plan? But you are. Each one of us is the plan. And so each one of us has an important role to play in the plan. This is the last thing I'll say, is that whatever issue you feel especially tugs on your heartstrings, for Ken, it's telling important stories of America's past. For somebody else, it might be, fair housing. For somebody else, it might be environmental issues or animal welfare. We all have things that we're like, you feel really tugged to do something about that issue. You're supposed to do something about that issue, right? Like, you are given that thing for a reason. That's supposed to be your thing. And so rather than feeling like, but I can't fix everything, I can't address the systemic poverty and all the things, how about just work on the thing that you feel kind of laid on your heart? That's what you're supposed to do. Maybe it's teaching kids how to read. I'm terrible at teaching children how to read. That's absolutely not my skill set. When I was in a high school classroom, we would sit in our department office at lunch every day and be like, how are you an elementary school teacher? Not in any kind of a mocking way, but like, how do you spend all day with one group of children? I need you out of this classroom in 1 hour, okay? 1 hour, 45 minutes preferably, but 1 hour. Okay, how do you spend all day, and you have to teach them all the things? How? That's impossible. So clearly that is not my skill set. And I don't feel guilty about it either, right? I'm doing something that I am uniquely equipped to do, and so are you. And so should everybody else in this room. Everyone else should be doing what you are equipped to do in whatever capacity, in whatever topic interests you. You have permission. You have permission to take the one thing that really tugs at your heart and to make that your thing. Because all of those things are needed. Clearly, the idea that we all need to fix everything, that is not working. Right? That method's not working. So here you go. Here's your blanket permission. Whatever that thing is for you, you have permission to focus on doing that thing, because the world needs the thing that you feel compelled to work on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sharon McMahon.